I'd like to call to order tonight's meeting, public hearing meeting for December 22nd. Anybody in the audience, I'd like to ask you to please turn off your cell phones as they could interrupt with our audio. We'll start off with the public hearing. I will read the petition, after which the petitioner's representative will be able to come up and discuss the petition, and if there's anybody that shows up that wishes to talk in opposition or in favor, we'll allow them to talk, and we'll take questions from commissioners. We'll also have staff give their report, and we will start with case number REZ 20-07. Oh, roll call. I forgot roll call. Thank you. Roll call, please. Commissioner Tallman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Schneider.
Present.
Lammers.
Present.
Med.
Present.
Johnson.
I'm present.
Tallman here. Ingram.
Present.
Hepner.
Here.
Bransgard.
Here.
Reinhardt.
Here.
Manus.
Here.
And Garrington.
Yo.
Yo. We have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Tallman. And at this time, I'd also like to thank the entire commission for, again, 100% attendance. I think we're one of the best attended commissions in the city, and I hope to continue that next year. Again, thank you very much for your participation. Start off with case REZ 20-07, the request of Gravert Auto Sales LLC to rezone 1435 West Locust Street from C1 Neighborhood Commercial District to C3 General Commercial District to permit a vehicle dealership. Staff, would you like to make your presentation, or should I go ahead and let the petitioner?
Sure, I can make my presentation first.
If you see the little arrows on the left part of the box. Sorry. It's right here. There we go.
Okay, thanks for bearing with me. So the applicant's requesting to rezone the property from C1 Neighborhood Commercial to C3 Commercial District. So before you, we have both the zoning map and land use map for the area with the subject property outlined in red. As you can see, West Locust Street, properties abutting Locust as well as Washington are zoned C1 with residential in the interior blocks. And then on the right, we have our land use map with the area being general residential with properties along Locust and Washington having the urban corridor overlay. So the purpose of the C1 Neighborhood Commercial Zoning District is intended to provide for commercial uses that predominantly serve the needs of nearby residential neighborhoods that are compatible in scale and character with the surrounding residential area. And this is for low-intensity mixed uses. And West Locust Street is classified as a minor arterial roadway in the city. So the purpose of this request is to change the zoning district to permit a vehicle dealership. So these are images of the site and building. So the site is 0.23 acres, just over 10,000 square feet. The building itself is just over 1,300 square feet and it contains 2 garage bays, as well as a paved parking lot with a portion of it being gravel just to the east of the building along Fillmore. And before the applicant purchased the property, it was previously being used as a minor vehicle repair and service establishment. So the C1 district prohibits vehicle dealerships at this location, hence the proposed request to rezone to C3. In the C3 district, vehicle dealerships that are enclosed within a building are permitted by right. However, vehicle dealerships with outdoor storage and display require a special use permit. So that would be reviewed and approved by the Zoning Board of Adjustment. There has been public input, a sign's been placed at the property notifying travelers and people in the neighborhood of the rezoning request. Last Monday on the 14th, there was a neighborhood meeting here at City Hall. Property owners were notified, and then there also was a virtual call-in number as well. However, no one from the public attended or spoke. And then prior to tonight's meeting, letters were once again mailed to property owners within 200 feet, notifying them of this meeting, as well as publishing a hearing notice in the Quad City Times. And staff will be providing a formal recommendation at the January 5th Plan and Zoning Commission meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Matt, do you or Laura know where the nearest C3 zoning would be to this property by any chance, or could you provide that at the next meeting?
Yeah, we'll provide that for the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions before the petitioner speaks?
I have a quick question. Of the notifications you sent to neighbors, were those primarily commercial property owners, or were there residential owners as well?
It was largely commercial. It did pick up some of the residential just south along Fillmore Lane, but they were largely commercial properties and property owners that maybe weren't local.
Okay.
Any
That
additional?
was my second.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, and of the commercial properties, how many were local owners versus out of town? But you said that some were not local.
Correct. I can provide a list too for our next meeting.
Any additional questions?
I have a question.
Okay,
Yep, this is Susan.
go ahead, Commissioner Lammers.
Thank you. Looking at the zoning map, am I correct to assume that this would be the only C3 property in that area if this was granted?
Correct.
And then just clarifying question. I know the square footage was provided, but when I looked up the average square footage for the use that is proposed, it appeared to be more than the existing square footage. Is that being considered in the evaluation that's going on?
Yes, it is. So the C3 district has a minimum lot area of 20,000 square feet. So this site's about half of that, of the C3 district.
Those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lammers. Anyone else? Hearing none, would the petitioner like to step forward to the podium, identify yourself, and explain your project, your petition?
Yeah, my name is Jason Graver, and
Hold on 1 second.
oh,
I've got it turned on in my end.
Sorry. Go ahead.
good.
I don't know why it's not picking up as good as it should.
Okay. My name is Jason Graver, and basically that's what we're trying to do is have a small used car lot at that location.
Okay,
That's about it.
okay, thank you. Seeing your brother in the audience and nobody else, I assume that you don't need to speak in favor or opposition since you're part and party to the petition.
Right.
Okay, Commissioner Tallman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A question for the applicant here this evening. And Commissioner Lammers kind of hit on it already. The size of the building and the existing lot, would you have plans to expand? It just doesn't look like, I mean, how many cars are you looking at?
Well, basically, I don't know if anybody's aware, but we have a repair lot or a repair shop right up the street, and that's where our main business is, repair. We just have so many people over the past 10, 15 years that the used cars out there are pretty sad, especially what's coming off the Facebook stuff, things like that. So my brother and I decided to start a small sales that would kind of complement the repair side when we took over from my dad. So basically, coming down Harrison, everybody's late at 8 o'clock in the morning. We got a double fence in the way. There's really no visibility. So what we were mainly trying to do is have a small amount of cars to mainly help our customers, and obviously trying to get a little bit bigger base than just our customers, but better viewage, I guess. And that's where this location came up. And again, we're not trying to be huge. We just need, a few cars available that people can actually see when they drive by. So no, there is no plan on getting bigger. We don't want that, honestly, because again, we have the repair down here, and that's 95% of our business.
Okay.
Is repair.
Just a rough number. How many cars do you think you could get on that lot?
10 probably.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Commissioner Tallman. Any additional questions of the petitioner at this time? Final call for questions. We will close petition REZ 20-07. It will come back on January 5th with a recommendation from staff. We'd appreciate if you could be in attendance. Same time, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Same location, January 5th. Appreciate it. That would close the public hearing for tonight. We'll move on to our regular meeting agenda. Roll call, please. Commissioner Tallman.
Schneider. Lammers. Med. Johnson. Tallman here. Ingram.
Present.
Hebner.
Here.
Ransgard.
Present.
Reinhardt. Manus.
Yeah.
And Garrington. Yeah, record, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Tallman.
Laugh every time.
We'll look at report of city council activity.
Nothing to report at this time.
Thank you, Laura. Secretary's report.
Move report.
The report's been moved and seconded. Any discussion or changes? Hearing none. All in favor of the secretary's report signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed, same sign. Hearing none, it is unanimously approved. Move on to comp plan committee. Laura, anything?
And nothing at this time.
Thank you. Zoning activity, we have no old or new business. We will move on to subdivision activity, and Commissioner Hepner has agreed to read the old business.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have case F 20-12, request of Park Place 5 LLC for a final plat of Park Place Apartments, 3rd edition, for a one-lot subdivision on 0.97 acres, more or less, located at 5601 Eastern Avenue. Staff recommends that the Planning and Zoning Commission accept the listed findings and forward case F 20-12 to the City Council with a recommendation for approval, subject to the 2 listed conditions, and I so move.
Second.
Case number F 20-12 has been moved and seconded for discussion. Staff?
Okay. So this was actually recently through Plan and Zone Commission. However, the developer had a miscommunication with their surveyor and included more land than they intended to. So it needed to come back through Plan and Zone Commission for revisiting the final plat to show the appropriate area of the subdivision. So as you can see, it's the smaller 8 lots that are highlighted there. And it had originally had the two lots to the west as well as the outlot A for the stormwater detention. So those have been removed from the final plat. Next, please. So similar information to last time, it is zoned for multifamily and what their intended use would qualify for that. And it is a future land use map has it as residential general. Next. And there is the final plat for you. The only conditions attached to this are related to signing the plat by both the surveyor and the utilities.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or observations? Final call. Roll call, please. Commissioner Tallman?
Schneider,
Yes.
Lammers,
Yes.
Med,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Tallman, yes. Hepner,
Yes.
Bransgard,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Manus,
Yes.
and Carrington.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Tallman.
That's all I have this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Hefner. We have no new business. We'll move on to future business. Anything to report?
Yes, we have another rezoning that will be coming to Plan and Zone Commission for their public hearing on January 5th. That is at 5,000 Grand Avenue. It will be, the petition is to rezone it from residential multifamily to light industrial. It's something that the commission actually saw not that long ago to rezone it from light industrial to multifamily. So it's going back to its previous rezoning. And then we have a couple more that are working through the submittal process right now that we will be able to speak more about at the January 5th meeting.
Thank you, Laura. Any communications, anybody?
Oh, I forgot, we also have one subdivision at January 5th meeting as well.
Okay, thank you. Any additional communication or other business?
Not at this time.
Thank you. I would like to, go ahead. I don't know what that, is that you, Susan?
No, but I'll make a general comment.
Okay,
The audio on tonight's meeting was excellent.
Oh,
So
great.
I'm not sure what changed, but everyone was heard very clearly. And Commissioner Hefner did an excellent job at the pace that he read. And so I would just encourage whatever happened tonight continues forward. We appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for that observation. I too have an observation, you know, with the holidays right upon us. I again appreciate everybody's commitment. I hope everybody has a safe and as best you can, wonderful Christmas and New Year's. I can honestly comment that basically in my drive down here, I drove past 3 individual 2-car vehicle accidents in the course of 7 minutes and was almost involved in my own when a guy ran a stop sign right in front of me. So please be safe. I hope to hear from everybody on the January 5th meeting. And again, I wish everybody the sincerest, merriest of Christmases and hope to see you all next year.
To you too.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all.
Thank you.
And to all a good night.
Commissioner Hefner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to move to adjourn.
All those in favor of adjournment signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Hearing none, again, we are adjourned and please be safe.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.